Since the start of the 2020 presidential race on the Democratic side, we've seen the candidates adopt some extreme policy positions on immigration. To tee it all off, remember this from the June debate?
We had a very spirited debate on this stage last night on the topic of decriminalization of the border. If you'd be so kind, raise your hand if you think it should be a civil offense rather than a crime to cross the border without documentation. Can we keep the hands up so we could see them?
I mean, that was an amazing moment. Just like this, it's like they've had this sort of rush of extreme policy positions. You know, they all raising their hands. And there's another one. So that's decriminalizing the border. There's another one very similar, which was all about health coverage for undocumented immigrants. There's another example of it. Let's have a look.
Raise your hand if your government plan would provide coverage for undocumented immigrants.
It's that sort of cheer that was, like, in a way, the most striking thing there. And another thing, Tom, just for, is that second of those 2 points, the coverage, the health coverage point, that's agreed. That one of the people who agrees with that is the so-called moderate in the race, which is Joe Biden. That shows how left they've gone.
Well, I don't think there's any moderates left in those presidential nominees. I think that, look, again, this president has got the border down 65% from the time in May on his own. And at the same time, you got the Democratic Party throwing out more enticements. Do they think that's going to help the border? When you say, I want to abolish ICE, we want to end immigration detention, we want to give you free health care. When you throw these enticements out, more people are going to come to this country legally. Which they want, because it leads to votes. But I'm telling you what happens. They say they care about these people. They care about children dying. They care about women being raped. Well, if you know why women are being raped and children are dying? They need to look in the mirror, because when you keep offering enticements, come to this country, we'll put you in a sanctuary city where you can even get arrested. They won't work with ICE. Matter of fact, there will be no ICE. So even if you get by the Border Patrol, you're home free. No one's looking to remove you. Yeah. And we're going to give you free health care. We're going to give you in-state tuition. And when you offer these incentives, people are going to put themselves in harm's way to come to this country. And so they're working against the president on this. And despite all these enticements, the president's still successful. They can't beat this man. But I tell you what, if they win the election in 2020, this country's in trouble. You're going to see an out-of-control border like you've never seen it before, because if they make success out of these promises they make, why wouldn't you come here? If you have an illness and you live in anywhere in the world, why not come to the United States, get free medical care, the finest medical system in the world? This is going to cause this country to collapse. And
it's a very interesting point you make there, because actually, from a Republican perspective, if you think, you know, there may be a certain element of complacency, which is, well, you know, okay, even if you get President, you know, Biden, Warren, one of these people, Bernie, whoever, you know, they can't do that much harm, because it looks like the Republicans might hold on to the Senate, and the Senate can stop them doing the most extreme stuff and whatever. And you've got the gridlock in Congress if it's a divided Congress, or, you know, like much as we've had up till now on immigration. But then you've got the reverse of the point that we've been discussing this evening, which is the President Trump's been able to do a lot of good on his own. So a Democratic president could do a lot of harm on their own.
And the reason you got to take such a hard stance like the president, because we haven't talked about this yet, but it's important. The reason the president needs to secure the border is because this humanitarian crisis has turned into a national security crisis. No one wants to talk about that. Border Patrol says 40 to 50% of their manpower is no longer on the line. So if you're somebody in this world that wants to come here and blow something up and harm this country, you can't get a visa hardly anymore after 9/11 because of the database checks and intelligence database we check. You can't get a plane ticket because, again, all the database checks to get a plane ticket. You're going to come the same way 12 to 20 million others came illegally through the southwest border, especially now when Border Patrol the Border Patrol's no longer on the line. The president recognizes this. Yes. So the Democratic people running for president, they need to recognize this. This isn't a humanitarian crisis. This is about the national security of this country and keeping terrorists out of this country. And when half the Border Patrol's not on the line, if I'm a terrorist, I know what I'm going to do.
Yeah. Why do you think, last question on this, do you think that the Democrats, I mean, these are not popular positions, the decriminalization at the border, free healthcare, etc. They're not by any stretch majority positions among regular Americans. Why do they have these extreme positions?
I have no idea. I look with amazement. When all those hands went up, I said, again, I'm watching from my home, and I'm just amazed that we've gone this far from common sense. Because I truly believe, that's why I think this president's going to win by a landslide in 2020, I think Americans want a secure border. I think Americans want to protect our sovereignty. I think Americans want safer communities and to not have MS-13 running around. MS-13 is now in 44 states of the nation. This isn't a border issue anymore. So I think most Americans recognize that this president's doing the right thing for this country, and I think that's. And I hope they keep talking that far left. Keep talking that far left. I think it's going to help the president.